Hi everyone, my name is Meg. I'm really looking forward to doing this tips, tricks, and advice with you guys every week. As I said the other day, I'm going to be doing getting out of panic attacks for today. But before I get into that, what I really want to focus on real quick is what brings you into a panic attack. The brain has a lot of different parts to it, and one of the parts is called the amygdala. The amygdala is a alarm system, if you will. The alarm system that tells our brain that something's right, not right, okay, not okay. And it's exactly like a smoke detector. It doesn't care if you're burning the house down or if you're burning the bread. It just goes off. It lets the hippocampus make the decision on whether you are actually in danger or not. The problem is, since the amygdala has already reacted, the adrenaline's already sent out into your system. The logic is already turned off. The fight-flight system has already been activated. So now that the fight-flight system is already activated, how do we stop it? That is the key. And one of the most important things of getting out of a panic attack is being able to ground yourself back in the present. When the amygdala goes off, it doesn't recognize that you're not in danger right now. It thinks something is very, very wrong right now, and it's putting you into fight flight. We have to tell the amygdala that everything is okay, that we are safe right now. And one of the best ways of bringing us back into the here and now is called grounding techniques. There's many different parts to grounding, but grounding really means being present right here, right now. I start with grounding because it's going to take in all of your senses. You start with grounding by doing what do you see? Remember that you see with your eyes. And I know that sounds silly, but when you're in a panic attack, a lot of times people forget and they're thinking with their brain. So you want to make sure that you're thinking with or seeing with your eyes, not your brain. First things first, 5 things that you physically see around you. Name them. Don't just look at them. Name them. 4 things that you can physically feel. The ground beneath you, the chair you're sitting on, the air blowing from the air conditioner. Identify several things that you can smell, hear, and taste. Kind of go through all of your senses. The more senses that you bring into it, the better you're going to do with grounding, because our bodies hold memories also. So our senses are a big memory recall, especially smell. So the more that you can put in, the better you're going to do with grounding. After you focus on grounding for a few minutes, just kind of knowing, okay, right here, right now, I'm back in the present. I'm not in this dangerous situation. Do a little bit of breathing, because what the breathing is going to do is not get rid of the adrenaline. You're still going to be shaky. But what the breathing does is it just calms your brain down. It calms your fight flight. It gives logic time to turn back on. It gives your body time to turn back on. All of those systems that have been turned off, digestion from the fight flight, breathing is just reminding your body right here, right now, I'm safe and I can turn these systems back on. After the grounding and the breathing, it's really, really helpful then to do something with taste. So, because one of the things that I mentioned before is digestion. Digestion is key. Digestion is not key. Digestion is turned off when you are in fight flight. Saliva is key to digestion. And we often don't have any saliva when we are in fight flight. So what we want to do is we want to be able to turn the saliva back on, so salivatory glands back on. So if we do something with like a lemon or something else that's a really strong taste, it'll be really helpful to turn the digestion back on. Once we've done that, really important to do some visualization. Where is a safe, calm place for you, a happy place? Visualize it with as much detail as you possibly can. If you can do all of these things, if you can pull the grounding, the breathing, the saliva, and the visualization, you are going to get yourself out of a panic attack. It really does not take a long time to pull all of these 4 things together. And it's amazing how well it actually it pulls you out of the panic attack. So drop me a line. Let me know how this worked for you. I'm really excited to start doing this tips, tricks, and advice. And let me know what works for you. Let me know what doesn't. Nothing that you do is going to be a quick fix. I'm sorry. I wish I could give you something that was going to be all of a sudden you're feeling much, much better. But let's do the best we can with this together. And I look forward to seeing you next week. Next week, I am going to be talking a little bit more about the brain and understanding where this stuff comes from, where anxiety comes from, where panic comes from. Just a little bit of education on that. I think that's an incredibly important part of understanding trauma, understanding secondary trauma, understanding PTSD, understanding generalized anxiety. And before I get into too many more tips, tricks, and advice, I really want to give you the information on that education as well. All right, looking forward to talking to you guys next week.